talking about an amazing program that I think the whole state of Washington, for me, you're down in Portland, but the whole state of Washington, every real estate broker in the state of Washington needs to pay attention for the next 4 minutes. We're going to keep this under 5 minutes, but we're breaking down the buyer accepted program at New American Funding. It's an all cash program for homeowners that want to buy a house, but they don't necessarily want to sell first, and they can't go contingent because of the competitive nature of the market. So we've got a big time solution. This guy, Addie Nett, coworker of mine, host of the #1 podcast in the mortgage space out of Portland, comes to me 2 weeks ago and he's like, DK, are you doing this? And I'm like, doing what? And then he went off and told me about this program, and I was like, teach me, master.
Well, this is big. I mean, thank you, by the way, for the introduction. I appreciate it. But we all know, and no joke, you want to pay attention here, guys, because there's a lot of issues that are fatiguing our buyers, whether they're relocation or not.
Yeah.
The competitiveness of the market is real. We all know that. So how can we bring a solution? And that's what I love about New American Funding is we're bringing the Buyer Accept program, as you said, BAP, as we call it, BAP. I like to also call it just the cash
program.
Cash program.
Yeah.
So here's the flow, my friends. We are going to get your clients fully pre-underwritten. And if they have a home to sell, we are going to hypothetically count the net equity of selling toward their approval and extend what I like to call a cash line of credit. NAF and BAP will buy these homes in cash on your client's behalf with you, allow them to move in, right? And then do a full conversion to a traditional mortgage after the fact. This is unreal, guys. 10 to 14 day closes. Instant access to be in the home. So it solves a lot of solutions, not just people that need to sell in order to buy. That's problem number one, which it solves. Problem number two, though, is just straight up competing in cash, Dan.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you know this as a real estate professional. Cash talks. If you have 10 offers, 15 offers, let's just be real, 20 offers, and you've got financing options, but you've got an equally aggressive all cash offer with no strings attached, it's a no-brainer. And so what this program does is it puts you up there. It puts your clients up there with the cash conversation. So what's the catch, Dan? What's the catch, Addie? Just you and I went live on Facebook last Monday night, was it?
Yeah, that was a big one.
Okay. I had about a half a dozen local real estate agents reach out to me, and then the following days, another probably dozen. And they're like, I want more information on this. What's the catch? Stuff like that. What's going on with this?
So, and kind of the skinny, and we're not trying to hand out PhDs here, just a minor degree in the program. So first and foremost, we will do this program for veterans.
That's a big solution, by the way.
That's huge, guys. All the struggles with the VA could be a whole nother episode of its own. But we have VA loan solutions, jumbo loan solutions, conventional, obviously, and then even FHA. We haven't done an FHA one yet, but we're opening this up to all products, which makes it not even a comparison. But what do you pay for it, Addie? Just get it to the point. It's a 1.5% convenience fee off of the purchase price of the new home. A lot of the clients and agents I've been working with the benefits of offering cash and not needing to move twice, not needing to sell before, like people are like, that's a no-brainer, right? That's super simple. So 1.5. Now on your end as an agent, you absolutely need to reach out to myself or Dan if you're up in his market and make sure you're signing up for the certification process. It's 60 to 70 minutes depending on how many questions are. It's actually really, really good program. It walks through every step, and we have a full division for BAP that supports it. But get that certification done so that we can start getting your buyers and shoppers approved right away for the program.
That's so important. So real estate agent is on board. You do the certification. The borrower is on board. They do their own certification, and then the lender, Addie and I have already gone through that, as well as our operations team. So it really, other than the fact that New American Funding is paying cash for this house and they're doing some things behind the scene, this is really no different than a regular mortgage approval. We're going to have you fully underwritten, like you said, up front. And then from there, we just let New American Funding do their thing and get you to be able to write an all-cash offer on the home that your seller or homeowner wants to purchase next. So that 1.5% fee, here it is. Your client wants to buy a $1.2 million house. We pay cash for that. The fee is $18,000. And it's rolled into, right? It's rolled into the closing costs of the
final mortgage.
There you go.
You do need to know that 3% is required cash for earnest money. That's the only upfront requirement.
Skin in the game.
A little skin in the game, then that's fair, right?
it.
That's fair. And just to conclude real quick, that agent training, I get this question a lot, is done through Zoom. It's not in person. It's super easy. And we used to do them once a week, then twice a week. And guess now we're having 100 plus agents nationally per day. They're moving it daily now. So there's going to be daily trainings. And the homebuyer piece is super simple. It's like a 3.5 minute YouTube video. I mean,
it's great.
That piece of it's super easy. So get the training done.
Yeah. One last thing, breaking news on this program last week. They've expanded it now to condos. So lots of great things happening with this. I want you to reach out. If you're up in the Seattle market or Washington, Puget Sound market, reach out to me, Dan Keller at New American Funding. If you're down here in South Washington, Portland, or you know someone down here, share this so we can get them in touch with Addie.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks so much, Dan. I'm glad we had the 4-minute offense here. Might have been more like 8.
You brought this to my attention a couple weeks ago, so I hope this was helpful. Reach out if you have